Hi friends, up to now we have discussed our first chapter, Java fundamentals. Now we are going into second chapter, operators and assignments. In this chapter, I am going to discuss the topics like increment and decrement operators, arithmetic operators, string concatenation operator, relational operators, bitwise operators, short circuit operators, typecasting, and assignment operators. Now let us see what is increment and decrement operators. In Java, increment plus plus and decrement minus minus operators are used to increase or decrease a variable by 1. First let us see what is increment operator. The plus plus increment operator adds 1 to a variable. It adds 1 to the existed variable. For example, int x is equals to 5. Here the value of variable x is 5. Whenever we do x plus plus, the x becomes 6. That is 1 is added to x. There are two types of increment operators, pre-increment plus plus x and post-increment x plus plus. In pre-increment, increments the value before using it. That is, before we are using the value of x, the value is being increased by 1. In post-increment, first we uses the value and then it is increments by 1. For example, let int a is equals to 5. Int b is equals to plus plus a. This is pre-increment. That means first the value of a is increased by 1. That is, first a becomes 6 and then this value of a is being assigned to b. That is, first the value of a is become 6. That is, now a is become 6 and a's value is assigned to b. That is, b also 6. So the output a is equals to 6 and b is equals to 6. And int c is equals to 5. Int d is equals to c++. C++ in the sense post increment. Here, first the c value is being assigned to d and then c value is being increased. That is, first the c value is 5. That 5 is assigned to d and after assigning 5 to d, then the value of c is increased by 1. That is, the value of c is 6. Now, whenever we print the values, the value of c is 6 and value of d is 5. And what is decrement operator? Minus minus. The minus minus operator subtracts 1 from a variable. The value of a variable is being decreased by 1. That is, int y is equals to 5. Y minus minus means y becomes 4. That is, 1 is subtracted from 5. There are two types of decrement, same like as increment, pre-decrement and post-decrement. In pre-decrement, decreases the value before using it. We have to decrease the value first and then use that x. In post-increment, we have to use x first. After the usage of x, we have to decrease it by 1. For example, int p is equals to 5. Int q is equals to minus minus p. That is, first the value of p is being decreased by 1. That is, p becomes 4 and then assigned to q. That is, first p becomes 4 and then the 4 is being assigned to q. Here p value is 4 and q value also 4. And int r is equals to 5, int s is equals to r minus minus. This is post decrement. First we have to assign the value of r to s and then decrease the value of r. Let's see here. The 5 is being assigned to s, that is s value is 5, then r value is being decreased by 1, that is r is 4. So the r value is 4 and s value is 5. Example. We'll see this table. First expression, y is equals to plus plus x. This is pre-increment. First the value of x is being incremented and then assigned to y. initial value of, let initial value of x is 10. If the initial value of x is 10, then first the value of x is being increased and then assigned to y. Value of y is 11 because first the value of x is increased, that is x becomes 11 and then assigned to y. So the value of y is 11 and the final value of x is 11 because it is incremented by 1. Then we see post increment. Y is equals to x plus plus. First the value of x is assigned to y, then the x value is increased. If the initial value of x is 10, the value of x is directly assigned to y, so the value of y is also 10. After assigning the x value to y, then the value of x is being increased. So the final value of x is 11. And pre-decrement, y is equal to minus minus x. If the initial value of x is 10, then it is pre-decrement. First we have to decrease the value of x and then assign it to y. So the value of x is being decreased, that is x becomes 9 and that 9 is assigned to y. So the value of y is 9 and the final value of x is 9. Y is equal to x minus minus. Post decrement. If the initial value of x is 10, then first the 10 is being assigned to y and then x is decreased. So that the value of y is 10 and after that assigning the 10 to y, the x value is being decreased. So the final value of x is 9. So we see some important rules about increment and decrement operators. We can apply increment and decrement operators only for variables but not for constant values. If int x is equals to 100, we can do x plus plus or plus plus x, but we can't do plus plus 100. That is int y is equals to plus plus 100 raises compile time error. We can't apply increment and decrement operators for constant values. You have to remember this. And next, nesting of increment and decrement operators are not allowed. That is, int x is equals to 100, int y is equals to plus plus of plus plus x. This is not allowed. Nesting is not allowed because first whenever we do plus plus x, it becomes 101. Then applying plus plus on a constant is not valid. So nesting of increment and decrement operators are not valid. It raises a compile time error. We can apply increment and decrement operators for every primitive type except boolean. For example, char ch is equals to a, ch plus plus in the sense it becomes b. Double d1 is equal to 8.5, d1 plus plus becomes 9.5. Boolean b is equals to true, but b plus plus raises compile time error because we should not apply increment and decrement operators for boolean. So applying increment and decrement operators for boolean raises compile time error. For final variables, we can't apply increment and decrement operators. You have to remember this because final values are also like the constant values. We can't apply increment and decrement for constant values. Final int x is equals to 5, x plus plus raises a compile time error. You should remember this. So our next topic is difference between b plus plus and b is equals to b plus 1. Remember this point. If we apply any arithmetic operator, that is plus, minus, modulo, multiplication or division between any two variables like a and b, then the result is always max of int type of a and type of b. The result is always max of int comma type of a comma type of b. For example, byte a is equals to 100, byte b is equals to 200. Byte c is equals to a plus b raises compile time error because we'll see this. byte C is equals to A plus B. What is the type of A here? Byte. What is the type of B here? Byte. Then int. The maximum of int, byte and byte is always int. So we can't apply int to a byte type. That is, int is the size 4 bytes, but the byte is 1 byte size. So we can't apply the result int type to the byte. So it raises compile time error. That you should remember. And we can solve this error by typecasting. Here we do external typecasting. We are converting int value. A plus B is the int value. We are converting this int value into byte value and assigning this entire byte value to byte result. It is valid. And another example. Byte B is equals to 100 and B is equals to B plus 1 raises compile time error because here B plus 1, see this, the result int comma b in the sense byte and 1 in the sense int comma byte comma int, the max of these three is int. So the entire result become int type. We can't assign the int type into byte type, so it raises compile time error. If we want to assign, we have to typecast externally into byte type and then assign to b, so it is valid whenever we typecasting externally. But in case of increment and decrement operators, internal typecasting will perform automatically. B++ implies B is equals to type of B. This external typecasting is being done internally in B++ of B plus 1. This entire thing is being done by our compiler JVM. So it doesn't raise any error. That is, byte B is equal to 10, B plus plus means the output of B is 11. So what we conclude is B plus plus doesn't raise any error, but B is equals to B plus 1 raises error. You should remember this rule always. Okay, now we go for exercise. Please pause the video and answer the questions. First question. What will be the output of the following code? Int a is equals to 5, b is equals to plus plus a. So this is pre-increment operator. First we have to increment the value of a. That is, value of a becomes 6 and 6 is being assigned to b. So the value of b also 6. So D is the correct option. Second question. What will be the final value of x after executing the following code? X is equals to 10, yeah, into y is equals to x plus plus. Post increment, the value of x is assigned first and the value of x is being increased. So after executing these two lines, the value of x is being increased by 1. So the value of x is 11. Which of the following statements will cause a compilation error? Char ch is equals to a ch plus plus valid. Double d is equals to 5.5 d minus minus valid. Boolean flag is equals to true, flag plus plus. This is not valid. And final int n is equals to 5 n minus minus. This is also not valid because for final variables we should not apply increment and decrement operators. Next question. What happens when the following code is executed? Int x is equals to 100, y is equals to plus plus x. We can't apply increment and decrement operators for constants, so it raises compilation error. What is the result of the following code? Byte a is equals to 50, byte b is equals to 50, byte c is equals to a plus b. So it raises a compilation error because the result of a plus b is always int type, so we can't assign int type to byte. So it raises compilation error. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe for more videos.